Whoa. Ahoy, pirate crew. So I had the idea last night when I couldn't sleep at about 2 a.m. that I should take all the food items that I got from the Dollar Tree and did my Dollar Tree haul on and make meals out of them. So I planned out 5 meals. Some of them may feed more than one person. I know a couple of them are only going to feed one person. We'll find out at the end because I really don't know how this is going to turn out. Quick shout out, I'm wearing my Dr. Berry shirt. It says I am keto strong, and then on the back it has hashtag Team Berry with a little avocado and egg. I got it off of his Teespring. Got my mom one too. My mom actually met Dr. Berry. I'll insert a picture now.
So many people waiting.
Crystal.
You're being recorded right now.
Excellent.
So
It's a movie.
Instagram, Facebook.
We're making the Team Berry movie.
Still.
Recipes are in no particular order. They're literally just in the order that I thought them up in. So these are the chicken breasts, and they're a little less uniform than I'd hoped, being that they were $1 a piece, which means I paid $3 for less than a pound of chicken. I kind of expected a little bit better quality, so what I was going to do is kind of slice them open and put the cheese sticks inside, but I think I'm just going to cut it up and put the cheese sticks on top. The only thing I'm going to use that I did not buy at the Dollar Tree is salt, because I'm going to assume everybody has some kind of salt at their house, at their disposal. These recipes would be better if you dressed them up with some seasonings and more cheese and things like that, but I'm trying to go off of just what I bought at the Dollar Tree. Now, I bought 2 packs of beef cheese, but my husband got hungry last night and ate 3 of my sticks, so this is going to be 5 different keto meals for $14, because I have 14 different items that I bought. And I will go over that list really quick. Over here. So the things I'm using is 1 bag of cauliflower rice. That's going to go in 2 meals. I've already split it. 1 bag of mixed peppers. I split that to cover 4 meals. I weighed it and I have everything measured out already. There are 8 sausage links that were in 1 package. Those are going to go in 2 different recipes. Oh, there's a package of turkey bacon that goes in 1 recipe. My oven is preheated. 2 packs of pepperoni. I took them out of the box. Each box has 2 in it like this. That's going to go in 2 different recipes as well. I've got the string cheese I already showed you. The 3 chicken breasts I've already showed you. This is not the mustard I bought at the Dollar Tree, but it's the same. This was probably actually less than $1. It was what was already open in our fridge, so I'm going to go ahead and use that for the recipe I'm using the mustard in. Can of chicken. I've already opened and drained it for the recipe it goes in. Beef broth goes in 2 recipes. I've already measured it out. And the bag of pork rinds I forgot to talk about in the Dollar Tree video is going to go in 1 recipe. There's probably a million different ways you can put this all together. This is just what my 2 a.m. brain came up with, and so I'm going with it. And I will tell you, I can tell you the cost of each meal as I make it, how many calories and carbs are in the whole thing, and especially if it, and then you can, I'll divide it out if I think about, like I think this chicken recipe will feed 2 people, so it would be half of everything if you only ate half of it. Right. So that is it. Okay, so for this chicken recipe, I have these chickens here. I'm going to put them in this little pan because there's only 3. I put 1/4 of the bag of peppers in the bottom. I really kind of need a counter in front of me, huh? I need like a butcher block so I can film on it while I cook. one day. Right now I'm just going to have to cook and cut to the side. Try not to get my raw ingredients touching anything that's not going to be cooked. You hear a cat hollering, it's because he is in kitty jail because he wouldn't stay out of his chicken. He's in the dog kennel. The dog's outside. The big dog. So I just went off camera and washed my knife and cutting board because I'm going to be cutting up some other stuff. It's all raw meat that's going to be cooked, but raw chicken I'm particularly wary of. I've got it diced up here, and so I'm just going to put it over. Let me just mix it up. So I put the chicken in with the peppers. Really, you could turn this into kind of a stir fry, but since my original vision was to make those chicken breasts that were going to be all pretty, I was going to make it in this. Okay. So chicken and peppers stirred up together. I am going to add some salt. Now, the Dollar Tree did have pink Himalayan sea salt. So you could actually get that, and that would be better than just Umbrella Girl salt. I'm just going to salt it a little bit because the chicken and this recipe, I can't remember my own recipes. The cheese stick and the salt. Okay, so I split the big can of sauce into two. Probably could have done three because this is going to make the carb count a little bit high, but I'm just going to pour this over it. This is the Hunt garlic and herb. It's $1. It's pretty much $1 everywhere I've seen it. Like even Kroger, it's usually $1. Some places will have like a store brand that's 89 cents, and it's just as good. The kinds I've tried that were the store brand version of the Hunts were just as good, but the Hunts is pretty cheap. All on its own. I'm actually just gonna mix this all up together. And I do think you can feed 2 people with this. So I might actually make this for our lunch, for mine and Amber's lunch on Monday. When it's all said and done. Okay, so I've got that kind of evenly. Pull that in there. Spread out. Okay, so my cheese is not a raw meat, but I'm going to cut it up over here because it's going to go in the oven with the chicken, and it will be good. So I didn't get any of the shredded cheese that the Dollar Tree has because it has 7 grams of carbs. 7 grams of carbs per serving, which is a lot. So there's some filler in that cheese. Most shredded cheese has some filler in it, but that's ridiculous. That's a lot. So I did not get that. The string cheese did not. So I have just diced up the cheese here, and I'm just going to kind of put it on top so that it'll melt. I have my oven preheating to 350, and I'm probably going to cook this about 45 minutes or so and see what it looks like. I think I will cover it with foil. I don't want the cheese to burn. But this will be kind of like a little chicken parmesan sort of feel to it. Even though there's no parmesan. This is what we're looking like right here. With the chicken and peppers and sauce and cheese, and it actually smells really good because the sauce smells good. I have these little sheets of foil from Sam's Club that are really good for covering something small like this. So I'm just going to wrap it up so the cheese doesn't burn. And pop it in the oven since it's already preheated. And set my timer for 45 minutes while we cook everything else. This is how I meal prep. Like if you got something that takes a long time to cook, get it going, then cook the other stuff while it's cooking. Okay, recipe number 2. Okay, let me go over the chicken breast recipe. The whole recipe has 731 calories, 28 carbs, but the net carbs are 20. And if you feed 2 people with that, that's only 10 net carbs or 14 total carbs. And the whole cost of that meal, because I did that too, the whole cost was $4.75 or $2.38 per person. You just about can't beat that. It probably would have been better with some more seasoning, some garlic, some Parmesan cheese. You could have really dressed it up, but I think it will taste pretty good all on its own. Alright, moving on to meal number 2 is going to be a cauliflower rice stir fry. So I have in this little package here 1/4 of the bag of peppers and 1/2 a bag of the cauliflower rice. So I'm just going to put that in my pan in my pan here, I have the sausage, the cauliflower, and the peppers. The sausage will provide a little grease to hopefully brown up the... I'm going to put that on about a medium-high heat and get me a spatula to stir it up with. So the sausage is kind of stuck together a little bit, so I'm just going to chop it with the spatula and get it so there's actual separate chunks. So the cauliflower rice and the peppers are a little wet from being in the freezer and defrosting, so I had to put them on the counter for just a little while I was getting everything ready. Okay, salt. I am going to salt this. The beef broth will add some salt, but it's going to need more. And that is the only other ingredient for this recipe is this half a box of beef broth. And I know I've mentioned I am not a big fan of cauliflower anymore. In fact, when I opened the bag, I kind of gagged a little bit. But once I add all the flavor to it, I think it'll be good. If you're sick of cauliflower like me, but if you like cauliflower, well, here's another way to make it. Cauliflower rice with sausage, peppers, and beef broth. I have made cauliflower rice before where it almost had a ramen-y type feel to it, and I think that the beef broth might help with that. Give it that kind of, make you think you're eating ramen a little bit. Let me turn this on. I will be editing some of this out. I don't know how much. While meal number 2 cooks, I'm going to tell you its info. So the whole cost will be $1.75 for the whole recipe. It's my cheapest recipe on here, actually. You just about can't beat $1.75 for a meal that will feed at least one person and maybe 2, depending on how much you eat. It's 375 calories. I'm going to call that a one-person meal. The total carb count is 13.5, but because there's a lot of fiber in the veggies, your net carbs are only 6 carbs if you eat this whole recipe. That's just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Meal number 3 is the can of chicken. I've already opened and drained it. I'm just going to plop it. Ooh. It's convenient that my fork's starting. I keep forgetting to look at the camera, and now the camera's more over there. Okay, get all the chicken out. This is definitely only going to feed one person because it's kind of just a small amount of food, but I've got my canned chicken in this container. I'm going to say I'm putting probably about somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 a cup of mustard in here. I'm just eyeballing it. Mustard has very few calories, very few anything. Just kind of mix it up to taste. So that's just mustard and chicken. And we're going to eat the pork rinds with this. So this whole recipe, the chicken and the pork rinds were $2, of course, because there's one each. Ooh, sorry. Okay, tastes like a pork rind. I don't think I've had Dollar Tree pork rinds from King Class. I keep looking over here instead of the camera. So, I would suggest just using the chicken as a dip. use a pork rind as a cracker. This is actually really good. Oh, this is delicious. I'm kind of surprised by how good this is because I wasn't expecting much of that, but with just the mustard and the pork rind, it's really kind of like having chicken salad with crackers. So, again, I'm pretty sure that would only feed one person, but it might be a good quick lunch. 505 calories. The pork rinds are a little calorie heavy, but 0 carbs. No carbs at all. And the total cost, I don't know how much of the mustard bottle I use. So if you had to buy the mustard, it would be $3, but if you already had mustard on hand, just $2. $2 and you've got a snack or a lunch. I'd call it a meal. In fact, I'm probably going to eat it as my lunch today because it's 12. Alright, back over here, just starting, some of it's kind of browned up. Well, not too much. We're good. Alright, I'm going to add the beef broth to this mixture, and then I'm just going to let it reduce down. It's going to take it a while to reduce down because that's a lot of beef broth, but that'll add a lot of flavor. Okay, I have no idea when the last video quit recording, so if I'm missing some information, I'm sorry. I'm not going to run it through my phone because I'm having some difficulties with that. I'm just recording straight to the camera. What I have in this pan is sausage, peppers, and pepperoni, and I'm just trying to get them cooked, browned up a little bit, get the flavor in there. I don't think I'm going to add any salt to this because the pepperoni and sausage will be salty enough, maybe, but if not, you could always add some salt. And the sauce will be a little salty too. I think this has gotten done enough, and I'm going to add the sauce in. And I'm going to let the sauce kind of reduce down on it. Let it cook in the sauce for a while. I think this one is going to be not very keto friendly just because the sauce is adding too much of the bulk of the food. And it's pretty carby on its own. And I think I'm not sure there's enough here to actually feed 2 people unless you added at least some cheese to it. So this one may not be very successful. But we'll see what I come up with, what comes out in the end. Well, meal number 4 finishes cooking. And like I said, it is a little carby, and I'm thinking it's only going to feed one person, which is problematic. So I didn't really know what I was going to end up with. I felt like last night when I was coming up with these, like I was on an episode of Self-Induced Chopped. Like, you get to pick all the ingredients, but surprise, then you have to make 5 meals out of them. I think I did pretty good for having no plan. My last recipe is going to be the whole package of turkey bacon, 1 package of pepperoni, half the beef broth here, and half a bag of cauliflower rice, and 1/4 a bag of peppers. So the calories and the whole thing, and I'm hoping that one's a little bit more meaty. It might feed 2 people. The calories are 579.5. The carbs are 11, but because there's veggies in it, the net carbs are only 3.5. Because if you do net carbs, you take the fiber out. The whole cost of this recipe is $3.25. The whole cost of everything you saw me cook today was $14, except for the little bit of salt I used, which probably didn't add very much. So, and even if this one's a little bit on the carby side, it's still low carb compared to, you know, if you were eating bread and potato chips or whatever. So I'm calling this a pretty good, successful meal plan from the Dollar Tree that's relatively healthy. I really wish I had some cheese for this because I think that cheese, I think when we eat it, we will add some cheese to it. I think cheese would really bring it to the next level. I hate to say such a cliche term. So I've reduced down the beef broth in this recipe. I think conceivably 2 people could eat this. I think this would make 2 meals. I only have 1 container here to put it in. And 1, 2. I have 2 containers. Alright. This one has the beef broth in it, but there's beef broth in the recipe. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to show you, put it in the fridge for some reason. This is the chicken and cheese recipe. I don't know if I'm doing this. Chicken and cheese recipe packed for lunch, serving 2 people. And if this serves 2 people, that's 8 meals for $14. Right? Something like that. I'm just going to go ahead and make them out. So we might pack this for another lunch next week. Really cheap lunches. Kind of like there's not really enough for 2, but too much for 1. But I think conceivably we can have this over lunch. Let me weigh them. Okay, now they both weigh 7.4 pounds. The container weighs about an ounce. 6 ounces of food. But it's kind of like the pepperoni, it's like meat heavy food, so I think we'll be alright. We might throw some cheese on top of it, just rest, but conceivably you could just eat it. And that's it. So that's 5 different meals for $14, all ingredients from the Dollar Tree. I think I can make some better choices next time, but I think I did well with what I had. Is that 8 total meals? Am I doing the math right? 3 plus 4? 7 total meals if you get 2 meals out of the chicken and 2 meals out of this recipe. So 5 different meals, $14 at the Dollar Tree. This video goes along with the Dollar Tree haul I did earlier. I will try to link it somewhere. I'm still new to YouTube. It'll probably be somewhere. If it's not, it'll be in the description down below. Bye, y'all.